Yo guys, what is up? It is Teacher's Game 2 coming at you again with another video here, and I am here right now to show you how to get your very first rock drake egg using a Deinonychus. Oh my goodness, and it's chaos now. There's that bleed effect the Deinonychus have. But anyways, how I'm going to show you this is I'm going to right now, just so you can see it, level it up all of the points into speed. Now the reason that we want to put them all into speed is actually super duper easy, because these things, when they have speed in them, are just stupid fast. Now this is a decent one. I wouldn't say this is great. 2000 health is really good, I suppose. Melee is decent, but there's nothing that you couldn't quite accomplish inside of a. Oh my goodness! Please, please, whatever you're doing, just discontinue it. Thank you. Um, but this is not very good. So you don't need a super good one. I do have a really high saddle just above max, and the speed is really what we're looking for. Now that speed at 251 is going to allow you to get this done incredibly quick, and it's something that really does help you get this in and out of this area really quickly. Now the only other thing that you're going to need that I don't have right here and that is really important is mushroom brews. Now the reason that mushroom brews are so important is they basically prevent your thing from taking rad damage. So we're going to go and take these mushroom brews, put them on him, and once we get those, we're good to go. So basically I'm going to show you right now what you're going to do. Coordinates that I'm at right now, 61.1, 72.6, and you can see the spine. That's what you're looking for. If you find the spine, you're doing good. Feed this guy your med brew, or you're not med brew, your mushroom brew, and take off. You can see how fast he is. It's really just stupid. Because find the spine and just run along it. Now, the only things that really cause issues for you when you're on this run, one, Perlovias. Perlovias are death. They're just death. There's nothing you can do about it. And Perlovias will kill you. Not much you can do about that. Again, look up. Find this metal spine that you're looking for, and just follow it. Perlovias will pop at the ground, or I guess out of the ground, and just absolutely ruin your day. So if you keep moving, these things are fast enough to the point where Perlovias have a hard time knocking you off your mount, so it's pretty decent. Again, spine. Notice how we're just going to follow it. Deinonychus do not take fall damage, which is a really awesome thing, so they can just haul butt. You'll notice keep an eye on your stamina, keep an eye on your mushroom brews, because those are the only two limiting factors. If you lose stamina when you're near a whole bunch of dangerous stuff, you don't have much of a chance. If you, that's just the fact. Try and keep an eye on that, because if you're near a Megalosaurus, they'll pick you off as well. So just be careful. Once you get past the end of the spine, you see it right there? See how it ends? That is the way to get back up as well, by the way. You're pretty safe. There's very limited amount of things on these paths except for rock drakes. And rock drakes, they're fast, but a full speed Deinonychus will just absolutely burn them. Again, try and gather as much stam as you can when you can, so avoid losing that. And we're going to keep going down. Now, once you've gotten past the spine, the secret to getting down into the zone where you get the rock drake eggs is very simple. Go downhill. If you're going downhill, just like you can see on this map, or this thing that I'm taking you down, I suppose is a good way to talk about it, is if you're going downhill, you're going the right way. If you're not going downhill, you're going the wrong way. It's pretty simple because there's only one way up and one way down. There are offshoots that will take you into like little spirals and stuff like that, but really the rule is if you're not going downhill, find a way to go downhill. And the opposite, go for going up. If you're not going uphill, find a way to go uphill. You will pass by a whole bunch of cool things that you probably, if you're new to the game, haven't seen before. The red spiky flowers that you're passing by, those are berries. You can pick those if you're running low on food and you're in a dire situation. If you are passing by these red gems, these large crystal ones, usually you'll get some smaller red gems, and that's how you see how I'm taking that rad damage. Add that mushroom brew in the upper right corner, you can see that. But anyways, continuing, these red gems, if you are near them, usually the smaller red gems will spawn near them, and you can harvest those to get the red gems you need to make some element. The other things that you'll see that we're passing by, these yellow, like funky looking flowers, not the orange ones, the yellow ones. The yellow ones are actually polymer plants. And those polymer plants will actually allow you to gain polymer if you hit them. Now, the best way to gather them is probably a Megapithecus, or not the Megapithecus, Gigantopithecus, sorry, or the bear. Those are both really good methods of getting the polymer from it. Now, as you can see, we are just going to continue our path of downhill. The rock drakes will get all pissy with us because we're near them, but we are fast enough where it doesn't matter because, again, with anything but a speed level on these things, they are stupid, stupid, stupid fast. Now, for those of you that are like, yo, dude, I know how to get down there. I've got a better way, then use that way. This way is a great way for me because I can remember specifically where I'm going, making sure there's nothing behind me here. Because as soon as you see this blue light, there's the rock drake trench right there. So there's a lot of ways to go about doing this. I usually don't jump down, but you could, because I don't trust Ark not to like spawn a million things as soon as I land. Just keep going downhill and you'll end up down there. Much safer. Don't have to worry about any of the shenanigans that Ark has to throw at your way. Now again, rule, simple. Downhill. Don't jump off edge. Just go downhill. Because if you go downhill, you'll end up literally on top of the rock drake trench. Oh boy, I always do that right there. Now, around this last turn right here, just absolutely burn this rock drake because he's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm just hanging, man. Doop. And rock drake trench is to my left. You can see it right there. Some of these are glitched out. You don't really need to worry about the ones that are glitched out. If they're doing spinny things like that, it usually means they aren't really going to be drawn to you, which is super nice. And hit your space bar, get up nice and high just to see if one's following you, because you can usually fight one or two of these things, but fighting more than one or two, not a good idea, because they do have a lot of damage and damage output. Now, what you're looking for, see these, I mean, you can literally see it from right here. I'll take a screenshot because that's super pretty. But as you can see, we're looking straight ahead. You see the little pink things in the little divots? That is a rock drake nest. So what we're going to do, I'm going to try and avoid all those guys because they can get super pissy and angry. And I am going to go, oh boy, there we go. I'm just going to climb the wall and avoid. The benefit is these things do get stuck pretty easily, rock drakes do, and they glitch out pretty regularly. So we just want to avoid as many of them as possible, and climbing walls tends to allow you to do that. There you go. This is what a rock drake nest looks like. There's not an egg in this one, obviously, but there could be. Very well could have been. Unfortunately, not, because, you know, Ark. That's Ark things for you. Oh my goodness. Apparently it doesn't like, oh, there's some of my old rock drakes. Excellent. I can trust them to defend me for a second here. So there we go, rock drake eggs. Now here's the one thing that's kind of a kicker on this guy right here. You want to, as soon as you take this egg, take off, because these rock drakes are not happy with you when you take, wow, it is very difficult to get inside this thing when this guy's like got a million speed. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Perfect. Now if you just look where you're jumping, it's a good way to do it. And here's the rock drake egg, rock drake nest. I have done nothing stinky to get down in here, and we're going to go ahead and hop off. As soon as you take this egg, your mission is to haul butt. It doesn't matter, your first one doesn't really matter what level it is. You just want a rock drake so you can do this much easier, because flying makes this 10 times easier. Now, as I've shown you, haul butt, haul butt, haul butt, haul butt. On top of this, and jump up. And jump up, and do not stop unless you absolutely have to. This is why you want to store up that stamina. I probably should have waited a couple extra seconds to feed the mushroom brew, but oh well. Now we are back up to where we started, and the only thing you need to do is go back up the direction you just came. Now the only difference from going downhill and uphill, pretty easy. Go uphill. It's really that easy. If you don't want to watch the rest of this, you do not have to. I will tell you, it just tells you how to go back up the hill, because I know that I've lost myself in my way before on this thing, and it's a pain in the butt. But we are past the point that we need to worry about rock drakes, because when you're on the ground, they don't fly either. And once you get back to this blue thing, you can look down and see that. Of course, there's a rock drake waiting there, though, but he wasn't close enough to be pissy with me, but he's pissed now. And we're just going to burn him because Deinonychus, super speedy. Don't need to worry about that kind of crap. Now, do not go in the pink water. It won't insta-kill you. It will do a lot of damage, though. So be careful about that. It'll chunk away your damage of your tame, and then it'll chunk away damage on you. Again, try where you can, gain back your stamina. let that stuff rise up. This only has 690. You can easily pump, I don't know, 5, 6, 700 extra points into that and just take that off your speed and just run for even farther, because you don't have to worry about, I guess, running as fast if you can run farther. Now we're just going to keep going uphill. And you're seeing these red gems and stuff that we started to pass by. And once we get to the spine, where we're almost back, I'll just let you guys go. And hopefully this helps you out, because this is a super easy way to get your rock drake eggs. It's not difficult. It really is simple. You can use other tames. Roll rats are okay for doing it because they're super fast, but I still think that Deinonychus are your best bet. That's my personal opinion, because they can actually go down in there with you. Again, keep an eye on the one things you want to watch. Mushroom Brew, make sure you got those. And Mushroom Brew, boop-a-doo, just like that. And Mushroom Brews, and you're good to go. If you want to, bring some meat, and that'll help your make force feed your guy, and you can heal him up pretty quick. And on your way back, just remember the rule, go uphill. Now, I'm going to show you how to get to the spine, because all we're doing right now is going uphill. It really is that easy. Avoid Megalosaurus, because they will pick you off of your tame, just like a Perlovia. So avoid those to the best of your ability. Now, as you can see, I kind of know how I'm getting out of here, but when you're going up, the typical rule is go left if you're not sure where you're going, and when you're going down, the typical rule is go right. That's just a typical thing that you can think of if you're trying to figure it out. I say bring extra mushroom brews, because you never know. If you get stuck in a corner and you're trying to hide for a second, that's totally cool. But I would bring like 10, 15 minimum. I bring 20 just because it's an even number, and it's like I would rather be safe than sorry and just put the other ones back in the fridge. So we're still going uphill. And you can see these yellow flowers that I'm talking about that get you that polymer. Super fun. Z plants to get the Z plant seeds. And there's a freaking out rock drake, and there's the spine. Now, that is literally as easy as it is. You don't need to really worry about a lot of things. The one thing that you really should be careful of is up here. It's in the early part, I guess, or in the last part, depending on which part you're coming from, because those Megalosauruses will pick you off your tame, and the same exact thing with a Perlovia. So kind of just alter your path a little bit every now and then the Perlovias aren't super dangerous. They will pick you, though, so be careful of them. As you can see, I'm just following the spine back to where I was. Not that hard of a path. A lot of people take different routes, and there are, jumped way too far there. But thankfully the Deinonychus is like, nope, oh, you just saw Perlovia try and get me there. But he's like, wow, dude, you're fast. I can't catch you. I'm like, yeah, he is super fast, and I appreciate him. There we go. And you see there's the rock drake. He's like, yo, what are you doing down here? And I'm like, see ya. There's all those flowers that I'm talking about to get a ton of polymer. See them all over the place? They're literally glowy. And we're following the spine still. We are almost up the top. And back to where we came from. Back where there is no radiation. You can see the radiation. It's going to start like fluttering because there are pockets of radiation down here. And pockets of non-radiation, which is kind of weird if you think about it. And we are no longer in the radiation zone, back at where our rock drakes were, and into the blue zone, or Pandora, or whatever you want to call it. So, hopefully this video helped you out. And other than that, Teacher's Game 2, out.